संसारदावानललीढलोका त्राणाय कारुण्य घना घना त्वम् प्राप्तस्य कल्याणा गुणार्णवस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् महाप्रभु कीर्तन नृत्य गीता वादित्रमाध्यान् मनसोरसेना कीर्तन नृत्य गीता माध्यान् मनसोरसेना रोमाञ्चकम्पा श्रुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् श्रीविग्रहाराधननित्यनाना शृङ्गारतान्मन्दिरमार्जनादौ धननित्यनाना शृङ्गारतान्मन्दिरमार्जनादौ युक्तस्य भक्तां शैनिञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् भक्तां च नियुञ्जतोऽपि गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् चतुर्विधा श्रीभगवत्प्रसादो साद्वन्नतृप्तान् हरिभक्तसङ्घा यथा श्रीभगवत्प्रसादो साद्वन्न हरिभक्तसङ्घा कृत्वैव तृप्तिं भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् तृप्तिं भजत सदैव गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्ना अधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्ना प्रतीक्षणा स्वाधनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् धनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् निकुञ्जयूनो रतिकेलिसिद्धै यायालिभिर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया यूनो रतिकेलिसिद्धै यायालिभिर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया तत्रातिदाक्षादतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् नारविन्दम् साक्षाद्धरित्रिणा समस्तशास्त्रै उक्तस्तथा भाव्यत एव सद्भिः हरित्विना समस्तशास्त्रै उक्तस्तथा भाव्यत एव सद्भिः किन्तु प्रभोर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादात् नगति कुतोऽपि भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादात् नगति कुतोऽपि ध्यायान्तु वंस्तस्य यशस्त्रिसन्ध्या वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दं वंस्तस्य सन्ध्यां वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दं नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने ॐ विष्णुपदाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे वाणिप्रचारिणे विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशं जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंदा कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्रीवासादि हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama तव श्री राधे जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम श्री राधे जय राधे जय श्री कृष्ण बोलो जय राधे श्री राधे जय राधे जय श्री कृष्ण बोलो राधे श्री राधे जय राधे जय श्री कृष्ण बोलो जय राधे श्री राधे जय राधे जय श्री कृष्ण बोलो जय राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रमया जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्र जयो सीताराम जयो सीताराम सीताराम जयो लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम 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 जयो हनुमान जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो सिंह निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव
Jai Om Shinu Padar Paramahamsa Prajakacharya Stota Shata Shishmad His Divine Grace Aparachana Vrinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON BBT BI Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnu Padar Paramahamsa Prajakacharya Stota Shata Shishmad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai प्रेमी से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत दाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरिधर की जय श्री व्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम चैत्र चक्रपुरी धाम की जय श्री अयोध्या धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय भक्ति देवी की जय तुलसी देवी की जय समावृत भक्तवृंद की जय Hari Nam Sankirtana Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlad Lad Daine हिरण्यकाशीपूर्वक्षः शीलतङ्कानकालहये इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा बहिर्नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरे नाकाम् अभुतशृङ्गा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनभृङ्गा केशवदीता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे कमलपरे नाकाम् अबुधशृङ्गां ललिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवदीता रहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव
Namo Namah. Tulasi Krishna Priyasi Namo Namah. Tulasi Krishna Priyasi Namo Namah. Raj Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Ei Abhilasi. Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Ei Abhilasi. जे तुम्हार शरण लो तारा वंशा पूर्ण हो। कृपा कोरी तारा तारे वृंदावन वासी। कृपा कोरी करो तारे वृंदावन वासी। मोर अभिलाष विलास कुंजे दियो बार। मोर अभिलाष नयने ही रहिबु सदा युगल रूप राशि। नयने ए निवेदन धारो साखिरे अनुगत कारो। सेवाधिकार दिए करो निज दासी। दीन कृष्ण दासे कोई ए न मोरा होय। दीन कृष्ण दासे कोई ए न मोरा होय। श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा ये न भासी। नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियसी। नमो नमः यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी. जय वृंदा देवी, जय वृंदा देवी, जय वृंदा देवी, जय वृंदा देवी. जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद. श्री वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रतिदेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः. श्री वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रतिदेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः. श्री वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रतिदेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः. वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की.
My wish I shall behold the beautiful paths of Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me follow a Karhadanso's Raja. Please give me the privileged devotional service and make me your own maid servant. This very fallen lowly servant of Krishna prays. May I always swim in the love of Shri Radha and Govinda. Srimati Tulsi Maharani ki jai. There are 10 fences in the matter of chanting holy names that should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider name the demigods and Lord Shiva or Brahma to be equal to independent name Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic literature or to pursue the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glory of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities and strength of chanting the holy name. 8. To consider chanting Hare Krishna when the auspicious religious activities, offering the Vedas, fruity activities, karma, ganda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about glorious holy name. 10. To not complete faith in the chanting holy names, and to maintain material attachments in understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses. In order to quick achieve desired success, Krishna, Prema. Now let us offer most humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are the desired trees who can fulfill to everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. One. 是觉得那些杀的根基在。解多达尔帕那马尔加南帕瓦玛哈达瓦尼尼尔瓦帕南。Shriya Gairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavatu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purunarmita Swadanam Sarvatamasnapanam Paramvijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaha Etadishi Tava Kripa Bhagavam Mamapi Durudeva mi disham iha janina nurakaha Trinatapi sunicena tarorapi sahishnuna Amanina manadena kirtaniya sada harihi Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye Mama jammani jammanishvare bhavata bhaktir haituki tavayi Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam buddha Kripaya tava pada pankaja stitha duri satesham vichintaya Nayanam galadashru daraya vadanam gadgada rudaya gira Pulakai nichitam vapurkada tava nama grahane bhavishati Yuga itam nimishena chakshusha pravisha itam Shunya itam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me Ashirishava padaratam pinnashtumam Adarshanam marmahatam karotuva Yatha tatha bhavi tatha tu lampato Madprana nathastu sa eva na paraha Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Glory to Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguished fire of conditional life, repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction of humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone grants all benediction to human beings. Thus you have hundreds, millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, our kindness enables us to easily approach you by your holy name, but I am so unfortunate I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself Lord on the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than the tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Mahajananda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow I fall into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of Adam's lotus feet. O my Lord, while my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant the holy name, while my voice choke up, while the hairs of my body stand and the recitation of your name. O Govinda, feeling your separation, I'm causing a moment to be like a great millennium. Tears are flowing from eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord, unconditionally. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Shri Mangala Charna prayers ki jai. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुमृतं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वतीति नामिने श्रीवर्षभानुवी देवी दयिताय कृपब्दये कृष्णसम्बन्धविज्ञानदायिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योज्ज्वलप्रेमाद्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्तित श्रीगौरकरुणाशक्तिविग्रहाय नमोऽस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगविरुद्धाभसिद्धान्तद्वन्द्वहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षाद्वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बरसम्बोधे पादं पूजयते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनाम्ने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवरायते गौराविर्भावभूमिस्त्वं निर्दिष्टास्तजनप्रियः वैष्णवसार्वभौमा श्रीजगन्नाथाय ते नमः वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमपदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरतिषे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते जयतां सुरथोरो भङ्गो मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदं भोजो राधा मदनमोहनो दिव्यवृन्दारण्य कल्पद्रुमादश श्रीमद्रानागार सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद्राधा शिरगोविन्ददेवो पृष्ठादिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमान् रासरसराम्पि वंशीवत ततस्थितः कर्षं वेणुस्तुनिर्गोपीर्गोपीनाथ श्रेयस्तु नः तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत दातार श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री मंगलाचरण प्रेयर्स की जय। श्री ब्रह्म संहिता की जय। ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनाद्यराद्य गोविंद सर्वकारण कारणम चिंतामणि परकर सत्मसुखोपवीक्ष रक्षार्वितेषु सुरभिरभिपालयन्तं लक्ष्मी सहस्रशतसं परमसेव्यमानं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि वेणुखवनन्तमरविन्दतरायताक्षं पार्हार्वतं समसितां पुतसुन्दरङ्गं कन्तर्पकोटिकमनीयविशेषशोभं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आलोलचन्तकलसवनमालवंशि रानङ्गदं फनयकेलिकलाविलासं श्यामं चिपङ्गललितं यत्प्रकाशं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि अज्ञानि यस्य सकलेन्द्रियवृत्तिमान्ति पश्यन्ति पान्ति कलयन्ति चिरं जगन्ति आनन्दचिन्मयसतुचलविग्रहस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि अद्वैतमच्युतमनादिमनन्तरूपम् आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभमदुर्लभम् आत्मभक्तो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं tamaham bhajami. Pantastu koti shatavassara sampragamyo vayurathapi manaso muni pangavanam sopyasti yappapada simya vichintya tatve govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Ekopya sorachayitum jagadanta kotim ya chakti rasti jagadanta jayaya dantaha antantarastha paramanu chayantarastham govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Yad bhava pavitadiyo manujastateva samprapya rupa mahimasanayana bhushaha suktaryam eva nikama patitaistu vanti govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Ananda chimme rasa pratibhavitabis tabi evan jarupataya kalabihi goloka eva nivasatya kilatma bhutto govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Premanjana churutha bhakti vilochanena santa sadeva hidayeshu vilokayanti yam shama sundam achintya guna swarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Ramadimurtishu kalanyamena tishtan nanavatarama bhuvaneshu kintu Krishna swayam samabhava parama pumamyo govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He has an eternal, blissful, spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin and is the prime cause of all causes. I worship Govinda, the primary Lord, the first progenitor who is tending the cows, yielding all desire, in a boat built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purple trees, always served with great reverence and affection by the hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with hair decked with peacock's feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers beautified with the moon locket, whose 2 hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in the pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold bending form of Shyamasundara is eternally manifest.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusha. Yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis who aspires after the transcendental and betake themselves of pranayama by drilling the respirations, or by the jnanis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of eliminations of the mundane extending over thousands of millions of years.
He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore.
I adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise man, who are imbued with devotion, sing the mantras suktas told by the Vedas, by gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, conventions, and ornaments.
I worship Govinda, the primeval lord residing in his own realm Goloka with Radha, resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency possessed of the 64 artistic activities. In the company of her confidants, Sakis, embodiments of the extensions of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever blissful spiritual rasa.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Syam Sundara Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whose the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts, with the eye of devotion, tinged with the love, salve of love.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord who manifested himself personally as Krishna and the different avatars in the world in the forms of Rama, Narsimha, Vamana, etc. as his subjective portions. Shri Brahma Samhita ki jai.
Bhagavad Gita 7.1 purport. Srinvatam swakata Krishna punya sravana kirtanaha hridayanta histo hi apatrani vidunoti suhrutsatam nasta prayesva abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki tada rajastamo bhava kama loba dayaschaye चेत एतेर अनाविदम स्थितम सत्वे प्रसीदति एवं प्रसन्न मनसो भगवत भक्ति योगतः भगवत तत्व विज्ञानम मुक्त संगस्य जायते विद्यते हृदय ग्रंथे छिद्यन्ते सर्व समस्याः क्षीयन्ते च कर्माणि दृष्टा एवात्मनीश्वरे.
To hear about Krishna from Vedic literatures or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge as he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees. He becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lust and avarice are diminished. When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate becomes steady in his position of pure goodness, becomes enlivened by devotional service, and understands the science of God perfectly. Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once to the stage of Asamshyam Samagram, understanding of the supreme absolute truth, personality of Godhead. Bhagavatam 1.2.17 to 21. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotees in Krishna consciousness can one understand the science of Krishna.
Okay, we'll continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 13, Text 58. Dahyamane nibhirdehe patyu patni saho taje bahi stita patim sadhvi tam agnim anuvekshati. Dahyamane, while it is burning, agnibihi, by the fire, dehe, the body, patyu, of the husband, patni, the wife, saha utaje, along with the thatched cottage, bahi, outside, stitha, situated, patim, unto the husband, sadhvi, the chaste lady, tam, that, agnim, fire, anu, vekshati, looking with great attention, will enter the fire. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. While outside observing her husband, who will burn in the fire of mystic power along with his thatched cottage, his chaste wife will enter the fire with rapt attention. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gandhari was an ideal chaste lady, a life companion of her husband, and therefore when she saw her husband burning in the fire of mystic yoga along with his cottage of leaves, she despaired. She left home after losing her 100 sons, and in the forest she saw that her most beloved husband was also burning. Now she actually felt alone. Now and therefore she entered the fire of her husband and followed her husband to death. This entering of chaste lady into the fire of her dead husband is called the sati rite, and the action is considered to be most perfect for a woman. In a later age, this sati rite became an obnoxious criminal affair because the ceremony was forced upon even an unwilling woman. In this fallen age, it is not possible for any lady to follow the sati rite as chastely as it was done by Gandhari and others in past ages. A chaste wife like Gandhari would feel the separation of her husband to be more burning than actual fire. Such a lady can observe the sati rite voluntarily, and there is no criminal force by anyone. When the rite became a formality only and force was applied upon a lady to follow the principle, actually it became criminal, and therefore the ceremony was to be stopped by state law. This prophecy of Narada Muni to Maharaj Yudhishthira forbade him to go to his widowed aunt.
Canto 1, Chapter 13, Text 59. Vidurastu tad ashrayam nischamya kuru nandana harsha shoka yutas tasmad ganta tirtha nishe vakaha. Vidura also too, but that incident, Asharyam, wonderful, Nischamya, seeing, Kuru Nandana, O son of Kuru dynasty, Harsha, delight, Shoka, grief, Yuktaha, affected by, Tasmat, from that place, Ganta, will go away, Tirtha, place of pilgrimage, Nishevakaha, for being enlivened. Translation: Vidura, being affected with delight and grief, will then leave that palace of sacred pilgrimage. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Vidura was astonished to see the marvelous departure of his brother Dhritarashtra as a liberated yogi, for in his past life he was much attached to materialism. Of course, it was only due to Vidura that his brother attained the desirable goal of life. Vidura was therefore glad to learn about it, but he was sorry that he could not make his brother turn into a pure devotee. This was not by Vidura, because of Dhritarashtra's being inimical to the Pandavas, who were all devotees of the Lord. An offense at the feet of a Vaishnava is more dangerous than an offense at the lotus feet of the Lord. Vidura was certainly very liberal to bestow mercy upon his brother Dhritarashtra, whose past life was very materialistic. But ultimately, the result of such mercy certainly dependent on the will of the Supreme Lord in the present life. Therefore, Dhritarashtra attained liberation only. And after many much liberated states of life, one can attain to the stage of devotional service. Vidura was certainly very mortified by the death of his brother and sister-in-law, and the only remedy to mitigate such lamentation was to go out to pilgrimage. Thus Maharaja Yudhishthira had no chance to call back Vidura, his surviving uncle.
Text 16. Iti yuktva tatharuhat swargam naradah sahatum burah yudhishthiro vachatasya hridikri tvajaha ikchuchah. Iti, thus, uktva, having addressed, atha, thereafter, aruhat, ascended, swargam, into outer space, Naradaha, the great sage Narad, Saha, along with, Tumburaha, his stringed instrument, Yudhishthira, Maharaj Yudhishthir, Vachaha, instructions, Tasya, of this, Hridikritva, keeping in the heart, Ajahat, gave up such all lamentations. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Having spoken thus, the great sage Narad, along with his Veena, ascended into outer space. Yudhishthir kept his instruction in his heart and so was able to get rid of all lamentations. Purport. Sri Narad Ji is an eternal spaceman, having been endowed with a spiritual body by the grace of the Lord. He can travel in the outer space of both the material and spiritual worlds without restrictions, and can approach any planet in unlimited space within no time. We have already discussed his previous life as the son of a maidservant. Because of his association with pure devotee, he was elevated to the positions of an eternal spaceman and thus had freedom of movement. One should therefore try to follow in the footsteps of Narad Muni and not make a futile effort to reach other planet by mechanical means. Maharaj Yudhishthir was a pious king and therefore he could see Narad Muni occasionally. Anyone who desires to see Narad Muni must first be pious and follow in the footsteps of Narad Muni. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, 13th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Dhritarashtra Quits Home.
Chapter 14. The disappearance of Lord Krishna. Suta uvacha samprasthite dvarakayam jignau bandhu dridakshaya jnatum cha punya shlokasya krishnasya cha vicheshtitam. Suta uvacha. Sri Suta Goswami said, Samprasthite, having gone to Dwarakayam, the city of Dwaraka, Jishnu, Arjuna, Bandhu, friends and relatives, Didrikshaya, for meeting them, Jnatum, to know, Cha, also, Punya Shlokasya, of one whose glories are sung by Vedic hymns, Krishnasya, of Lord Krishna, Cha, and Visechitam, further programs of work. Translation. Sri Suta Goswami said, Arjuna went to Dwaraka to see Lord Sri Krishna and other friends and also to learn from the Lord of his next activities. Purport. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord descended to earth for the protection of the faithful and annihilation of the impious. So after the battle of Kurukshetra and establishment of Maharaja Yudhishthira, the mission of the Lord was complete. The Pandavas, especially Sri Arjuna, were eternal companions of the Lord, and therefore Arjuna went to Dwaraka to hear from the Lord of his next program of work.
Text 2, chapter 14, canto 1. Vedita katachin masa tada naya tatojina Dadarsha Gora Rupani Nimittani Kurudvaha. Vyatitaha, after passing, Katichit, a few, Masaha, months, Tada, at that time, Nayad, did not return, Tada, from there, Arjuna, Dadarsha, observed, Gora, fearful, Rupani, appearances, Nimittani, various causes, Kuru Udvaha, Maharaja Yudhishthira. Translation. A few months passed and Arjuna did not return. Maharaja Yudhishthira then began to observe some inauspicious omens, which were fearful in themselves. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is ad infinitum, more powerful than the most powerful sun of our experience. Millions and billions of suns are created by Him and annihilated by Him within His one breathing period. In the material world, the sun is considered to be the source of all productivity and material energy, and only due to the sun can we have the necessities of life. Therefore, during the personal presence of the Lord on the earth, all paraphernalia for our peace and prosperity, especially religion and knowledge, were in full display because of the Lord's presence. Just as there is a full flood of light in the presence of the glowing sun, Maharaja Yudhishthira observed some discrepancies in his kingdom, and therefore he became very anxious about Arjuna, who was long absent, and there was also no news about Dwaraka's well being. He suspected the disappearance of Lord Krishna. Otherwise, there would have been no possibility of fearful omens.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 14, Text 3. कलश्य चागतं रौद्रं विपर्यास्तार्तु धार्मिणः पापीयासं निर्नं वार्तं क्रोधालोभान् धृतात्मनाम्.
Kalasya of eternal time. Cha also Gatim direction. Roundram fearful. Viparyasta reversed. Ratur seasonal. Dharminaha regularities. Papyasim sinful. Dranam of the human being. Vardam means of livelihood. Krodha anger. Lobha greed. Anardha falsehood. Atmanam of the people.
Translation. He saw that the direction of eternal time had changed, and this was very fearful. There were disruptions in the seasonal regularities. The people in general had become very greedy, angry, and deceitful, and he saw that they were adopting foul means of livelihood. Purport. When civilization is disconnected from the loving relation of the Supreme Personality of God, it's sometimes like changes of seasonal regulations, foul means of livelihood, and greed, anger, and fraudulence became rampant. The change of seasonal regulations refers to one season's atmosphere becoming manifest to another season. For example, the rainy seasons being transformed to autumn, or the fructification of fruits and flowers from one season is another season. A godless man is invariably greedy, angry, and fraudulent. Such a man can earn his livelihood by any means, black or white. During the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthira, all the above symptoms were conspicuous by their absence. But Maharaj Yudhishthira was astonished to experience even a slight change in the godly atmosphere of his kingdom, and at once he suspected the disappearance of the Lord. Foul means of livelihood implies deviation from one's occupational duty. There are prescribed duties for everyone, such as the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, but anyone who deviates from his prescribed duty and declares another duty to be his own is following a foul of improper duty. A man becomes too greedy for wealth and power when he has no objective in life and higher objective in life, and when he thinks that this earthly life of a few years is all in all. Ignorance is the cause of all these. Ignorance is the cause for all these anomalies in human society. And to remove this ignorance, especially in this age of degradation, the powerful sun is there to distribute light in the shape of the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 14, Text 4. Jihma prayam vyavahartram satyamishram cha sauhrudram pitramatra suhrud bratar dampatinam cha kalkanam. Jihma prayam, cheating, vyavahartam, in all ordinary transactions, satya, duplicity, mishram, adulterated in, cha and sahrudam, regarding friendly well-wishers, pitra, father, matra, regarding the mother, suhrut, well-wishers, brahatar, one's own brother, dampatinam, regarding husband and wife, cha, also, kalkanam, mutual quarrel. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All ordinary transactions and dealings became polluted with cheating. Even between friends and in familial affairs, there was always misunderstanding between fathers, mothers, and sons, between well-wishers and between brothers. Even between husband and wife, there was always strain and quarrel. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A conditioned living being is endowed with four principles of malpractice, namely errors, insanity, inability, and cheating. There are signs of imperfection, and out of the four, the propensity to cheat others is most prominent. And this cheating practice is there in the conditioned souls because the conditioned souls are primarily in the material world, imbued with an unnatural desire to lord it over the material world. A living being in his pure state is not conditioned by the laws because in his pure state he is conscious that a living being is eternally subservient to the Supreme Being, and thus it is always good for him to remain subservient instead of falsely trying to lord it over the property of the Supreme Lord. In the conditioned state, the living being is not satisfied even if he actually becomes the Lord of all that he surveys, which he never becomes, and therefore he becomes the victim of all kinds of cheating, even with his nearest and most intimate relations. In such an unsatisfactory state of affairs, there is no harmony, even between father and sons or between husband and wife. But all these contending difficulties can be mitigated by one process, and that is the devotional service of the Lord. The world of hypocrisy can be checked only by counteraction through devotional service to the Lord and nothing else. Maharaj Yudhishthira, having observed the disparities, conjectured the disappearances of the Lord from the earth.
Text 5. Nimittanya atyaristani kale tvanugate gate nrinam लोभाद्य आधारम प्रकृतिम दृष्ट्वा वाचाजुनं नृपः निमित्तानि causes iti very serious aristani bad omens kale in course of time tu but anugate passing away nirnam of humanity at large lobha adi such as greed adharam irreligious adharam irreligious prakritim habits drishtva having observed uvacho said anujam younger brother nirpa the king translated and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In course of time, it came to pass that people in general become accustomed to greed, anger, pride, etc. Maharaj Yudhishthir, observing all these omens, spoke to his younger brother, Purport. Such a pious king of Maharaj Yudhishthir at once become perturbed when there were such inhuman symptoms as greed, anger, irreligiosity, and hypocrisy rampant in society. It appears from this statement that all these symptoms of degraded society were unknown to the people of the time, and it was astonishing for them to have experienced them with the advent of the Kali Yuga or the age of quarrel.
Text 6, Canto 1, Chapter 14. युधिष्ठिर उवाच सम्प्रेषितो द्वारकायं जिष्णुर्बन्धुदिदृक्षया ज्ञातुं च पुण्यश्लोकस्य कृष्णस्य च विचेष्टितम्. Yudhishthira Uvacha, Maharaj Yudhishthira said, Sampresita has gone to Dvarakayam, Dwaraka, Jishnu, Arjun, Bandhu, friends, Didrikshaya, for the sake of meeting, Gnatum, to know, Cha also, Punyaslokasya, of the personality of Godhead, Krishnasya, of Lord Krishna, Cha, and Vichesitam, program of work. Translation. Do you want to read the translation?
Maharaja Yudhishthira said to his younger brother Brahmasena, I sent Arjuna to Dwaraka to meet his friends and to learn from the personality of Lord Krishna of his program of work.
Text 7, Canto 1, Chapter 14. Gata sapta dunamasa bhimasena tavanujaha nayati kasya vyaheto naham vedita manjasa. Gata has gone. Sapta 7. Aduna to date. Masa months. Bhimasena, O Bhimasena. Tava your Anujaha younger brother. Na does not. Ayati come back. Kasya for what? Va or heto reason. Na not. Aham I Veda no. Idam this. Anjasa factually. Translation.
Since he departed 7 mothers. Since he departed 7 months have passed, yet he has not returned. I do not know factually how things are going there. Defending the book. Defending this book. It's not okay. Text 8. Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1 Chapter 14 Text 8. Api devarshina dishtaha sakaloyam na upashitaha yadatmano nangam akridam Bhagavan unsi Sri Sati Shrikshati.
Api whether Devarshina by the demigod Saint Narada, Adishtaha instructed, Sah that, Kalaha eternal time, I am this, Upastitaha arrived, Yada when, Atmanaha of his own self, Angam plenary portion, Akrida manifestation, Bhagavan the personality of Godhead, Uchishrakshati is going to quit.
Translation. Is he going to quit his earthly pastimes as Devarshi Narada indicated? Has that time already arrived? Purport. As we have discussed many times, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Lord Shri Krishna has many plenary expansions. In each and every one of them, although equally powerful, executes different functions. In Bhagavad Gita, there are different statements by the Lord, and each of these statements is meant for different plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions. For example, Shri Krishna. For example, Shri Krishna, the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, whenever there is a whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Bhagavad Gita 4.7. To deliver the faithful, to annihilate the miscreants, and also to re-establish the principles of occupational duty, I appear in every age. Bhagavad Gita 4.8. If I should cease to work, all humanity would be misdirected, and I would also be the cause of creating unwanted population, and I would thereby destroy the peace of all sentient beings. Bhagavad Gita 3.24. Whatever action a great man performs, common men will follow, and whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Bhagavad Gita 3.21. All the above statements by the Lord apply to different plenary portions of the Lord, namely his expansions such as Sankarsana, Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Narayana. These are all he himself in different transcendental expansions, and still the Lord as Sri Krishna functions in a different sphere of transcendental exchange with different grades of devotees. And yet Lord Krishna as he appears once every 24 hours of Brahma's time, or after a lapse of 8,640,000 solar 8,640,000,000 solar years. In each and every universe, and all his transcendental pastimes are displayed in each and every universe in a routine spool. But in that routine spool, the functions of Lord Krishna, Lord Vasudeva, etc. are complex problems for the layman. There is no difference between the Lord's self and the Lord's transcendental body. The expansions execute different differential activities. When the Lord, however, appears in his person as Lord Shri Krishna, his other plenary portions are also joined in him by his inconceivable potency called Yogamaya. And thus the Lord Krishna of Vrindavana is different from the Lord Krishna of Mathura or the Lord Krishna of Dwaraka. The Virat Rupa of Lord Krishna is also different from him. By his inconceivable potency, the Virat Rupa exhibited on the battlefield of Kurukshetra is the material conception of his form. Therefore, it should be understood that when Lord Krishna has apparently killed by the bow Therefore, it should be understood that when Lord Krishna was apparently killed by the bow and arrow of the hunter, the Lord left his so-called material body in the material world. The Lord is Kaivalya, and for him there is no difference between matter and spirit because everything is created from him. Therefore, his quitting one sort of body or accepting another's body does not mean that he is like the ordinary living being. The Lord is Kaivalya, and for him there is no difference between matter and spirit because everything is created from him. Therefore, his quitting one sort of body or accepting another body does not mean that he is like the ordinary living being. All such activities are simultaneously one and different by his inconceivable potency. When Maharaj Yudhishthira was lamenting the possibility of his disappearance, it was just in pursuance of custom and lamenting the disappearance of a great friend. But factually, the Lord never quits his transcendental body as it is misconceived by less intelligent persons. Such less intelligent persons have been condemned by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita, and they are known as the Buddhas. That the Lord left his body means that he left again his plenary portions in the respective dhammas, transcendental abodes, and as he left his Virat Rupa in the material world.
यस्मान्नः सम्पदो राज्यं दाराः प्राणाः कुलं प्रजाः आसनं सम्पन्नतो विजयो लोकाश्च यदनुग्रहात् यस्मात् from whom न our sampadah opulence rajyam kingdom dara good vibes pranaha existence of life kulam dynasty praja subjects asana have become possible saptana competitors Vijaya, conquering, Loka, future accommodations in higher planets, Cha, and Yat, by whose, Anugrahat, by the mercy of. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Prabhupada ki jai. From him only all our kingly opulence, good wives, lives, progeny, control over our subjects, victory over our enemies, and future accommodations in higher planets have become possible. All this is due to His causeless mercy upon us. Purport. Material prosperity consists of a good wife, good home, sufficient land, good children, aristocratic family relations, victory over competitors, and by pious work. Attainment of accommodations in the higher celestial planets for better facilities of material amenities. These facilities are earned not only by one's hard manual labor or by unfair means, but by the mercy of Supreme Lord. Prosperity earned by one's personal endeavors also depends on the mercy of the Lord. Personal labor must be there in addition of the Lord's benedictions, but without the Lord's benedictions, No one is successful simply by personal labor. The modernized man of Kali Yuga believes in personal endeavors and denies the benedictions of the Supreme Lord. Even a great sannyasi of India delivered speeches in Chicago protesting the benedictions of the Supreme Lord. But as far as Vedic Shastras are concerned, as we find in the page of Srimad Bhagavatam, the ultimate sanction for all success rests in the hands of Supreme Lord. Maharaj Yudhishthir admits this truth in his personal success, and it behoves one of one to follow in the footstep of the great king and devotee of the Lord to make life a full success. If one could achieve success without the sanctions of the Lord, then no medical practitioner would fail to cure a patient. Despite the most advanced treatment of a suffering patient by the most up to date medical practitioner, there is death. And even in the most hopeless cause, without medical treatment, a patient is cured astonishingly. Therefore, the conclusion is that God's sanctions is the immediate cause for all happenings, good or bad. Any successful man should feel grateful to the Lord for all he has achieved.
Text 10, Canto 1, Chapter 14. Pashyotpatan naravyagра divyan bauman sadaihikan darunan samasto durad bayam no buddhi mohanam. Pashya, just see. Utpatan, disturbances. Naravyagraha, O man of tiger-like strength. Divyan, happenings in the sky or by planetary influence. Bauman, happening on the earth. Sadaihikan, happenings of the body and the mind. Darunan, awfully dangerous. Samsataha, indicating. Adurat, in the near future. Bayam, danger. Naha, our. Buddhi, intelligence. Mohanam, deluding. Translation.
Just see a man with
O man. O man with tiger. O man.
just see a man with a tiger strength. How many
Miseries.
miseries due to celestial
Influences. Earthly
earthly
reactions.
reactions and bodily pains, all very dangerous
Dangerous.
and terrible themselves are foreboding danger in the near future by deluding our intelligence. Jai Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Material advancement of civilization means advancement of the reactions bodily of the threefold miseries due to celestial inflames earthly reactions and bodily or mental pains by the celestial inflames earthly realization of the stars. There are many calamities like excessive heat, cold rains, or no rains. And the after facts are famine, disease, and epidemic. The great result is agony of the body and the mind, man-made material science cannot do anything to contract these threefold mysteries.
They're all punishments from the superior energy of Maya under the direction of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, our constant touch with the Lord by devotional service can give us relief without our being disturbed in the discharge of our human duties.
The asuras, however, who do not believe in the extinct existence of the God, make their own plans to counteract all these threefold miseries until they meet with failures every time. The Bhagavad Gita 7.14 clearly states that the reaction of material energy is never to be conquered because of the binding effects of their three modes. They can simply be overcome by one who stands fully in devotion under the lotus feet of the Lord.
Canto 1, Chapter 14, Text 11. Urvakshi bahavo mahyam spuranti anga punah punah vepatuschapi hridaye aradasyanti vipriyam. Uru, thighs, aksi, eyes, bahavaha, the arms, mahyam, in my, spuranti, quivering, anga, left side of the body, punah punah, again and again, vepatu, palpitations, cha, also, api, certainly, hridaye, in the heart, arat, due to fear, dasyanti, indicating, vipriyam, undesirables. Translation: the left side of my body, my thighs, arms and eyes are all quivering again and again. I am having hot palpitation due to fear. All this indicates undesirable happenings. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Material existence is full of undesirables. things we do not want are forced upon us by some superior energy. And we do not see that these undesirables are under the grip of the three modes of material nature. When a man's eyes, arms, thighs quiver constantly, one must know that something is going to happen which is undesirable. These undesirables are compared to fire in a forest. No one goes into the forest to set fires, but fires automatically takes place in the forest, creating inconceivable calamities for the living beings of the forest. Such a fire cannot be extinguished by any human efforts. The fire can be extinguished only by the mercy of the Lord, who sends clouds to pour water on the forest. Similarly, undesirable happenings in life cannot be checked by any number of plans. Some miseries can be removed only by the mercy of the Lord, who sends his bona fide representatives to enlighten human beings and thus save them from all calamities.
Twelve. Shivaiशोद्यान्तम् अदित्यम् अभिरौति अनालनाना मामङ्गासरमयोऽयम् अभिरेवति अभिरुवत्.
Shiva, jackal, Esha, this, Udyantam, rising, Adityam, unto the sun, Abhi, towards, Rauti, crying, Anala, fire, Anana, face, Mam, unto me, Anga, O Bhima, Sarameyu, dog, I am this, Abhirebati, bark towards, Abhiruvat, without fear. Translation. Just see, O Bhima, how the she jackal cries at the rising sun and omits.
Translation. Just see, O Bhima, how the she jackal cries at the rising sun and vomits fire, and how the dog barks at me fiercely. Purport. These are some bad omens indicating something undesirable in the near future. Okay. Gantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
We'll continue reading tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Nandamui Savadana Mate Jehara Prasadi Bhai E Baba Turiya Jai Krishna Prapti Ho Jahan Hote Urumukha Padma Vakya Chitete Kuriya Kya Arana kori ho mane asha Sri Guru Cherani Rati Aise Uttama Gati Jai prasade pure sarva asha चक्षुदान दिलो जे जिनमें जिनमें प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेदे गाय जहरा चरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदामा जैनारा बंधु लोकाना लोके राजीवाना आह प्रभु कोरो दोया देहा मोरे पादा चाया ये बेजाज गुसुक त्रिभुवाना इला प्रभु पाद पतिता पावाना जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय
Krishna prestaya bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Bhashyatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Kadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with trance and knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him extract